Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back once again to Wild Arms 2. Last time we completed the first disc and completely and utterly destroyed Odessa. But unfortunately, there were casualties. So today, we end up focusing on Marina, who appears to be standing in front of Valeria's chateau. She's praying for Ashley's safe return. Irving's sister Anastasia seems to be consoling her. Ashley... Where are you, Ashley? Are you still in space? Now, I'm not entirely sure how he ended up here. Because when we last left him, he was floating in space. And honestly, I think it would have been a much better sequence if they had to, like, build a rocket or something to go get him. I think that would have been awesome. But, whatever. Can't have everything, can we? Who is this young lady? She does look familiar. Ah, it's the young woman we saw when we pulled the Argetlum out of the stone. Apparently, it's, from what he's saying, she's the one that put the energy shield around Ashley and kept him from dying when the Hamdel Gazo exploded. Oh, she's the sword Magess, huh? The sword Magess is not really the kind of character that you would expect her to be, which is something that Ashley actually says. Has she always been watching him, or just since he got the Argetlum? Well, I guess that answers always. Aw, don't make fun of him. He's in love with her. One thing is that she calls herself Big Sister, which I guess is kind of interesting because, you know, I guess she views Ashley as her little brother, which I guess would make sense since they're both wielders of the Argetlum. And it is very unexpected that her personality is the way it is. I mean, because they don't talk about her a whole lot, but she kind of has, I guess in the pictures and stuff you see of her, she's more of this stoic character. She's, you know, she's got her sword in the air, you know, she's ready to face down the demon. She's heroic and everything, and hold on one second. And we get here and we actually meet the real her, and she's just nothing like, you know, history remembers her, which I guess is normally the case. She's just a normal girl. Before she was the sword Magess, she was just a girl called Anastasia. Who has this weird arm flailing thing going on. And I'm guessing that she's actually the one that pulled, I mean, you know, because Ashley was trapped into space and there would be no way for them to get him. I guess she pulled him into this dimension where she's at now. So we're in Purgatory. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Basically, we're going to do some time travel shenaniganry, which is really confusing the way they do it. Basically, we're going into a place called the Memory Ruins. I think that's what it's called. Memory Maze, something like that. And basically, it is a physical embodiment of Anastasia's memories in Felgaia. And we're going to use that as an anchor point for Ashley to jump back into Felgaia from, I guess, this interdimensional space between the land of the living and the land of the dead. And you may recognize Luciad, the Guardian of Desire. You may recall that in the first game he helped Boomerang, because Boomerang had such an overwhelming desire to fight and test his strength. However, in the first game, Luciad was female, and in this game, Luciad is male. I think that's got more to do with the fact that Anastasia is a woman and Boomerang was a guy than anything. To be their opposite, I guess. But anyway, the thing that makes this incredibly confusing is what she just said. What happens here is remembered as reality by her memory time axis. Basically, although we do not perceive it as such, Ashley does not perceive it as such, when we intersect with one of Anastasia's memories in the memory maze, it inserts Ashley into that memory as if he was actually there. Which is confusing, although it does explain a couple of things later on. How certain characters know Ashley when they couldn't possibly. This is an incredibly straightforward dungeon, and I'll talk about that in a minute. This young lady here, what is she doing here? The burden to fight, huh? I need to probably slow down the text a little bit. Sorry, I'm trying. Wonder who that young blonde girl is. I don't think they ever mention her name. In fact, I'm pretty sure they don't. They never mention her name in the actual memory maze. So what she just said is we interacted with one of her memories, and to the person that was in the memory, Ashley was always there. Now this is a very straightforward, but at the same time not straightforward dungeon. There's only one path, it always goes forward, but you might have to do a little twisting and turning in the individual rooms themselves to get through, because there are often walls and stuff. I think the main point of this dungeon really is to give you background on certain things. You know, from a more personal perspective. I think this is the first time that Ashley really comes to grips that Lord Blazer is inside of him, and it's the source of his power. That he is the new Lord Blazer. Maybe he didn't know. I mean, Irving obviously knew. But I'm not sure if Ashley knew exactly where this power came from. Exactly. I mean, I imagine he had an inkling. But what she just said, you know, the fact that power is neither good nor evil is one of the major themes of the game, along with the notion of a hero, what makes a hero, and stuff like that. This way? No, wait, it's this way, I think. I actually just did this a little while ago, and I re-recorded because I was incredibly tired at the time, and I was quite literally silent for most of the video. So first thing we want to do is we want to hit this. We'll talk to the young girl again. Now, if you ever come through the memory maze and you see one of those pink barriers on the door there, that means you have to come find the young girl. Guess she's saying Ashley is a burden. No, no. No revenge. Okay, if Anastasia says so. It must be true, so I will walk through this impenetrable barrier that I can't get through. It's irritating. You know, I haven't gotten into a fight. There's one. Now, I was actually going to go in the menu and show you, but since we got no fight, I can show you here. Ashley doesn't fight alone here. He gets a little help from Anastasia, the Sword Saint. Actually, let me show you. She's got the Argetlum and some stuff. And Luciad. So we're going to do this. Impulse, and Black Dash. Anastasia, most of her abilities are actually... She has a couple of attack abilities, but most of them are actually healing. So, you know, if you get into a bind, it's actually really hard to get into a bind in this. Very hard to get into a bind. There are 3 different kinds of enemies here. They're all missable if you're going for a complete bestiary, so, you know, be aware of that. I'm not going to worry about it, because honestly, I'm probably a little over-leveled at this point. I mean, it'll quickly catch up with me because I'm late. Damn it. Because I'm lazy and I'm going to probably skip fights I shouldn't be skipping, but I'm going to still continue to try and do my best to not skip fights with a green bubble, but it is a reflex to hit that, so if I do, I apologize. Luciad reminds me a lot of Red 13, which I guess is to be expected considering they're both wolves. Let me see, what do I have? 2 lucky cards, 2 tiny flowers. It's actually been a while since I've played this game, so I'm just seeing what I have in my inventory here.